How's it going, you guys? Welcome to your morning cup. Now, a fireball that lit up the sky above the UK as well as Europe has been officially testament to the fact that it was a meteorite. Now, a meteorite the likes of which we haven't seen a lot, considering that this space rock was one of a kind, dictating the fact that it might have been sailing across the solar system for a long time. It's made up of one of the oldest known materials to us, and stating that it also contains of organic material as well as amino acids that might just be the building blocks of life, further citing the fact that this just might be the way life started on our planet itself. An extremely rare meteorite, almost 300 grams of which has been cultivated and found on a driveway in Gloucestershire in the United Kingdom, is formed of carbonaceous chondrite and is one of the most pristine as well as primitive materials known to mankind itself. Further citing the fact that if this material is in its entirety available in the solar system and is most definitely older than anything available on the earth, it might just cite that this material landed on the earth a long time ago and kickstarted life. And if this same material lands on another planet that harbors the same environmental conditions as our earth, or might have already kickstarted life there as well. The Natural History Museum in the United Kingdom stated the fact that the sample that was found was in such good shape and in such good condition that it is almost similar to the samples that have been gathered on numerous space expedition missions, dictating the fact that the sample was found almost immediately as soon as it touched down onto the earth and it was barely contaminated. This sample of 300 grams in size is bigger than any other sample that they've managed to cultivate in, smaller scale missions, dictating the fact that this rock is similar to the rock that was brought back by the Japanese Hayabusa 2 space mission from the asteroid ryugu, according to the Japanese Space Administration. Well, what we understand from this is the fact that this rock was traveling upwards of 14 kilometers a second before it, reached into the Earth's atmosphere, was caught by the gravitational forces, lit up the night sky like it was day. It was captured on numerous video cameras as well as security cameras, and then touched down in a small town. And this meteorite is so well put together in its final touchdown that, it has been cultivated and now is residing with the best scientists out there to figure out the compositions of the oldest known substances of our solar system. The Natural History Museum as well as scientists have also dictated the fact that numerous other smaller samples or even dust from this meteorite can still be found, and the people are on the lookout, dictating the fact that if anyone can help solving the mysteries of the universe, it's always going to be for the greater good of humanity itself. We move on to another disappointing tale when it comes to Myanmar. 200 students were defying the military coup, as many other people are defying the military coup as well. But what we understand in this situation is the fact that they were trapped by the military as well as the police authorities in a small neighborhood. 200 students were surrounded by all sides and trapped for an elongated period of time that sparked nationwide outrage as well as numerous other protests. You see, the military imposed an 8 p.m. curfew in Myanmar. But every single individual who wants the Myanmarese coup to fail and wants democracy to be restored to the nation has defied that coup, including numerous students. And these students were on the forefront of the battle when they were caught in the middle of things. And while being caught in the middle of things, they were surrounded, and threats to their life was ever more prevalent, considering the fact that the Myanmarese army as well as the Myanmarese police are not holding back. Live rounds were considered being shot at them. They were considered being smoked out of their hiding spots in that small neighborhood and then wiped clean to make an example out of them. But nationwide protests forced the hand of the military as well as the police to allow these 200 students to leave, and that's exactly what happened. They left. They were allowed to leave in good health. That just marks another landmark move, considering the fact that the protesters have won victory to their accords, to thousands of people that have already laid down their lives against the coup. What we also understand the fact is that media houses as well as any other forms of nationwide media have been asked to shut down. Any media that is not doing the Myanmar coup leaders' bidding has been asked to completely shut down, which is a landmark move in violating freedom of speech rules. You see, freedom of speech is something that is essential to any single democracy out there. And the coup leaders, when this all started, dictated the fact that this was going to be an essence of saving democracy from itself. It's going to be something that is going to be helpful in order to restore people's faith in democracy and the electoral process. But now we understand the fact that the Myanmarese coup leaders are doing the exact opposite of it, trying to suppress information, trying to suppress views, and trying to definitively shut down any and all media. This is noticed by the United Nations envoy and has openly dictated the fact that any and all crimes against humanity that is being put forth by the Myanmarese coup is going to be held accountable to the coup leaders, and they will be tried in an international court of law for crimes against humanity, and they are going to be held accountable for every single thing that they are doing. Every single loss of life, every single violation of a democratic rule, every single violation of human rights are going to be held up to them in an international court of law for every single time that they are violating it. But that by no means is deteriorating the way that these coup leaders are going forth with their coup. The only thing that they want is power, and power is what they have as of now. Whether this coup is going to go on for another year as the coup leaders have openly dictated, or whether the democratic process and the protesters will be able to win and bring back democracy to their nation that has only had democracy for the past 9 years, is still anyone's guess. But what we do understand is the fact that this is a developing situation, and as soon as we know more, we will let you know more. You see, as soon as one side of the story is nice and is for the greater good of the world, the other side of the story is just as hurtful and just as bad for the world. We understand that humanity as a whole needs to spearhead our own campaigns to be a united front, whether it comes to the deep space ventures or whether it comes to fixing everything on the earth itself. Whether we understand that there is a bigger picture at play, whether we understand that we as a civilization need to stick together rather than, well, face the facts, face the music, and understand that there is more to us than we let out to be. With all of that being said, there is a lot more developing in the 24-hour news cycle, and we will keep you updated in everything that the world has to offer. But until then, this has been your morning cup, and I'll see you tomorrow.